And it's so true because I picked up this chariot card and look what's right behind it. Divine guidance. The energy of the reading. Hey everybody, it's Mama. Welcome back to Mama's Odi Tarot. So today we're doing a video on Blueface's rise to fame, how he got his career, how he feels about it currently, all that good stuff in terms of his music career. So let's jump right in and not waste any time. We have his outer personality, his public persona first. Okay, so we have table, tower, and cane coming out sideways, a bird flying, and yoke coming out in reverse. So with the table, it says that he's actually, as far as his outer persona, very hardworking. And actually, with this tower coming out sideways, though he may not be being currently successful right now, his foundation, what he's built on, is all about financial success, abundance, money, working hard. I don't know if he's like a Capricorn or something, but it definitely feels like he cares a lot about making sure that he has money. Okay, and he climbs that mountain all the way to the top. And then we have Cain coming out sideways, so he doesn't always make good decisions or healthy choices, but just pay attention to your health. We also have news on the way, so very much a front page personality. Okay, he's gonna be in the tabloids, he's gonna be in the media, he's definitely talked about. And that's just a part of his public persona where he's the talk of the town. He's that guy. People always thinking about him and talking about him and got something to say about him. Birds is always chirping and wondering about him, whether that was in his back home in his personal life, to be honest, like before he became a musician, but especially once he became a musician, it was like he was always in the media. He was always in the headlines. And then we have yoke coming out sideways, kind of in reverse. It says feeling tied down or frustrated. So he don't like being tied down. He doesn't like being in situations where people are trying to force him to do what they want him to do. As far as his outer personality, he really don't like being told what to do. And he like his independence and his space. And it's like, you better off staying over there and he over here, and he can have his time to do what he want to do. He's okay being alone, being independent, and not having too many friends or people around him. Very much as far as his public personality, he wants to be a chill guy. That's what he's trying to give off. Let's see about his true inner personality, his true inner nature, innately. Bowl coming out sideways, a fox sideways, a rainbow in reverse, caterpillar in reverse, jug, 6 came out, and bowl in reverse. So, internally he's a hoarder. Internally, he's very stubborn and stingy when it comes to his money. He doesn't like to spend money. He wants to keep his money. He only wants to, he's greedy. You know what I mean? He really wants money. He feel like with this plenty of material things coming out in reverse, it's like, he feels like nothing is ever enough. So that's pretty much what's unfortunate about him. And so he can't be lighthearted and carefree. That's why, jug, lighthearted and carefree is coming out in reverse. He's always stressed. He's always overwhelmed. He's always afraid that somebody might take his money or somebody might, I don't know. This is like giving, when you just permanently in survival mode, with this fox. Like you experience being broke. You experience not having a lot, having to, only eat one meal a day or not be able to eat. Like that's what this is giving me with this fox coming out sideways, where he's dealt with loss, he's dealt with not having much, and now that he got it, swiping no swiping. You not gonna take it from him now that he got a couple. Like he's so afraid of somebody taking what he has. So unfortunately, he probably has a lot of bad habits when it comes to money, where it's like he you never had nothing, so now you might not even buy yourself something nice. That's another thing with there's plenty of material things coming out in reverse. You might not even buy yourself something nice because you're so afraid that there's going to be a day where, like I said, you're not going to have that money and you're going to be like, damn, why did I buy this? Why did I buy that? Like, that's the regret that he's trying to avoid. Like, so he doesn't even treat himself. He don't treat himself. He don't buy himself nothing nice. He's just real shrewd when it comes to his money. It says shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business. He always trying to, elevate as far as making the right business moves. And then we also have Bo coming out sideways. So he struggles with self-esteem, because it says you are highly thought of. So he doesn't think of himself very highly. He definitely struggles with loving himself and his gifts and what it is that he brings to the table. We also have Caterpillar coming out in reverse. So it says things will not always be this way. A change is coming, but that's coming out in reverse. So he's very pessimistic. He's always worried. He's always stressed. He's always overwhelmed. He always feel like his life is going to be bad and things is never going to go good for him. Like he's never going to grow and evolve and change. And yeah, that's sad. He's real pessimistic when it comes to life. And so he's kind of bitter and angry and sad and all these other emotions. And he's not able to just be lighthearted and unclench his booty hole. Like, he's definitely very tense. And then lastly, we have Rainbow coming out in reverse. The most difficult part of the situation is over. So even furthermore reinforcing that he don't think a lot of good thoughts. He deals with a lot of depressive thoughts, a lot of depressive episodes, sadness, negative thoughts. Like really, yeah, he goes through some deep, dark stuff behind closed doors. Like in his inner personality is very pessimistic. And I think that he has a hard time when he's in the midst of struggles, when he's going through stuff. I think he has a hard time really seeing the brighter day, like the brighter side of things, and that everything is going to work out for him. So that's as far as his true inner personality. Let's see about, his driving force but behind having a music career and his hidden intentions. What was he actually looking for? Driving force, So that's like on the surface. What really drove him becoming Blueface? Was it him all alone? Was it other people working with him? All that good stuff. All right, so we have perspective, the sun, the two of Raphael, which is the two of cups, the star, the king of cups, and the six of swords. Okay, so it was one of those things where obviously he had to get some certain partnerships, I feel like, with this two of Raphael, where he had to find the right people to work with to help him, that was going to help him be in the spotlight. But I think that ultimately this was his own stardom. I'm going to be honest, this was there's no outside external forces. Like, yeah, he had to find a label and a team and people to work with him and people that he could trust as far as like business partners and things. But they're saying with this perspective in the sun that once he started believing in it, once he started to believe that he could do this, and he started, getting that, he got the inspiration that he needed, then yeah, he became a success. It was all about him. With this perspective, it says there's a better way. Pause for reflection and insight. Dare to be different. It was all about him feeling like the type of music that he was making and everything about the type of artist that he was not the typical. It wasn't the norm. It wasn't basic. It was unique. And they were telling him to focus on that. That's what his ancestors was guiding him to do, to really lean into that different side of him, to bring him his happiness, to bring him his joy, to bring his money, to bring him his career. And once he started believing in it, and it feels like with this two of Raphael, Jaden supported him, let's be real. Two hearts dedicated to creating something wonderful. Kindred spirits, don't give up on those that you love. His girlfriend, his baby mother, not giving up on him and believing in him. Yeah, that's how he got into the spotlight and became a star. With just believing in himself and the support of his baby mama and the people around him. Honestly, I don't even feel like it was even anybody. It was just her. It was just her, to be honest. And with this King of Cups, it says, it is safe to trust the ability to accomplish many things at once. Follow your creative passions. It's like he really felt like I said, he couldn't grow. It was this belief that he was always going to be stuck doing the same old things that he used to do. And they say, no, you can switch it up. You can do something different, or you could do multiple things at once. Okay, yeah, maybe you do sell weed and you do are like a gang member and all of these other things for entertainment purposes only. But that doesn't mean that you can't follow change one day. Go after your creative passion, change your perspective, be a better person, do something that you're angelically guided to do with the Six of Swords. Like literally, it says it's the light at the end of the tunnel. Breathe a sigh of relief and make new plans, relocation or travel. So it was like God pretty much relocated him, gave him a sentiment, a whole new direction. And sent him down a path that was going to be more aligned with who he was supposed to be, and giving him the chance to really be this big artist and be the star that he is. He has that star quality. I don't know. It's like he got Saturn influence, I feel like, on him. Whether Capricorn, Aquarius, like, yeah, definitely. It was all, look, a dream come true, believe in yourself. The end of a difficult situation. So he just needed to believe in himself, and it was all going to happen. Did he have any, like, hidden intentions with this? We have Elephant, a long journey. Casket coming out in reverse. Someone going out of your life. February, key in reverse, fly, skull, hidden secrets will harm you. Oh yeah, fly is ill health or depression. Key is successful outcome to a problem. Excitement coming out in reverse or sideways. Frying pan, trouble and accusations. And camel, persevere and you will overcome problems. So, excuse me. Yeah, there was some hidden influence of him wanting to put the past in the past with this casket and have a new beginning and start over and possibly, not have to keep going through those depression. Like I said, he deals with depression. He deals with sadness. He deals with those periods of, seasonal depression and ill health and wanting to be in the house and not wanting to get out of bed, not wanting to move. Like, he'd be stuck. And they were saying that he wanted something to motivate him to get up and get re-excited about life. I'm telling y'all, I feel like he was thinking about getting up out of here with this February. With this blowing in the wind, I really feel like he was thinking about leaving this earth plane for entertainment purposes only. He felt like he was about to put this journey to an end. He just didn't see the silver lining. He wasn't seeing the outcome. He didn't feel like he was getting wiser and stronger. Like, he was just going through stuff. Dealing with losing friends, endings. He was just dealing with a lot. Hidden secrets, all of that stuff. And so he just wanted to be in a point where he could get over this and he could stop. He just wanted to overcome all of his obstacles. That was the main thing. He didn't want to continue to get into trouble and be in the streets and be living the street life and maybe get pew down one day. Like, he really just wanted to do something better and help his family and honestly improve his mood and have a reason to even keep going and live his life and not want to give up and not be here no more. For real. Whether he's saying it or not. Yeah, he was thinking about just not being up here no more and just getting up out of here and getting out of people's way. But it's like Jaden helped him stay grounded and believe that he could turn things over and everything was going to be better. And it was all about him overcoming those obstacles, not getting in trouble with the law, having enough money to, help his family, have a better life. Like, that's what it was all about. So how did he get to being so big? Like, what was it that really solidified him being Blueface? So we have the Ace of Cups, the High Priestess, the Seven of Cups, Knight of Swords, Seven of Swords, and the Ace of Pentacles. Okay. So basically what they're saying is that, like I said, he had to get certain partnerships. He received the offer here with this Ace of Cups. He received some sort of offer because somebody basically he got discovered. That's what I want to say. Okay, the High Priestess and the Ace of Cups, he just got discovered by somebody. They saw his music and they liked it. They was like, I like this, I enjoy it. Would you like to be an artist? Would you like to have this offer? Just like typical. And, he thought it over. He thought over it for a long time. And remember, trust came out. He deals with issues with trusting people. He has a hard time trusting people. So he thought this over for a long time before he ever really stepped fully into his bag. That's what I feel like, his musical bag. And really, like, yeah, he was putting out music, but in terms of having a deal, having a partnership, working with a label, all of that type of stuff, no, he was moving real slow when it came to that. He was taking his time and making a decision on who it is that he wanted to trust and work with, because he didn't want to end up in a bad situation. He'd been taken advantage of before, is what this is telling me. Like, he has a lot of trust issues when it comes to people. So the way that he'd been backstabbed and betrayed in the past, he wasn't trying to have that happen to him again. So he was trying to be smart with his Knight of Swords. And so it says time to move quickly, choose logic over emotion, sudden changes. He didn't want to end up being emotional and not being logical about the situation, because it's like, oh my God, somebody wants to work with me. Oh my God, yeah. Like, yeah, he had offers, but he didn't just pick the first offer. He thought over everything with this Seven of Cups. He had many options on who it is that he wanted to work with, and he wanted to make sure that whoever if he did do this, that it was going to not be a way for him to restart the same cycle, because it says a need for detoxification. So he knew that going into, having a career was going to mean that he was going to be around a lot of, toxicity. He was going to be around a lot of temptation. I can't make it up with despair here. Heartache over what you no longer have coming out in reverse. He didn't want to end up in a situation of heartache because he went too far where he overdid it. And now he's going through all these obstacles that he can't overcome. Like, with his hill coming out of reverse, or having problems that he can't resolve, which is basically what literally ended up happening. He allowed all of that temptation and those vices and, things that was around him. He bit that apple. And he feel like that this is all he was worried about at the beginning. That's what's crazy. It says there is a better course of action available to you. Working alone may not be the best answer. Review all the details. It's like he wanted to work alone because he was so afraid that if he worked with other people, Ace of Pentacles, they was going to try to get him for his money. They wasn't going to be loyal. They was going to backstab him. They was going to have him spending money all willy-nilly, and, everything that he's doing now involved with vices and possibly getting back in a situation where he could be in trouble with the eyes of the law. Like, I'm telling you, it says it's your lucky day. New resources of money, time, or support, a change in job or promotion. So it turned out that, in the end, once he decided to not work alone and work with other people, that he got his big break. But he was right to be skeptical. This is what the ancestors are saying. He was right to be skeptical. They had him skeptical for a reason. Because, yes, they want him to get to a period of happiness and abundance and all that. But they knew that him being in the industry was... They knew that this wasn't going to be easy, and he needed to detoxify first and stay on the path of detoxification. Stay grounded, stay in a safe space here. Not allow himself to be, caught up with all of the different things that was going to be around him. He was supposed to be clear in what he wanted, but instead he was all over the place. So that's pretty much what happened. But that's how he got his career. Let's see about his early career struggles and personal struggles. All right. Early career struggles. Too busy winning in reverse. Drama starter, kissing ASS, always partying, fishing for compliments and child services. So his early career struggles was the fact that nothing was ever enough with this too busy winning. Nothing was ever enough. He just wanted more and more and more. He wanted more accolades. And I think he probably, in the beginning maybe didn't have certain, he wasn't consistently topping the charts and doing numbers and all that. He also had a lot of drama going on in terms of his music career, being that love with, Jaden and different, he was dealing with women all up in his business, trying to stir up drama in terms of his career, because it's like, of course, you got a bunch of women that's now kissing your ass and saying, I love Blueface, I love Blueface. So all of that was stirring up chaos and drama for him. But all of the women that came as a part of the, the industry. Also, I think another thing with this kissing ASS and always partying is having to always be in the spotlight, having to always party, having to always rub shoulders with these dark, demonic people that you might not even like, that you might not even want to be around. Them trying to pull the wool over your eyes, seeing if they could take advantage of you with this fishing for compliments, trying to see if they could get you to say something compromising, to put you in a compromising position. And then child services, dealing with, his child's mother, his children, being a father, all these different type of things, not allowing himself to be abused or neglected, taken advantage of, doing no dark stuff. All this stuff is real, you guys. And for every artist, it's hard. What Chloe Bailey is talking about is real. It's hard when you see other people selling their soul and doing all these things to have a career, and you're not willing to do it. But you're being met with all of it. It's all around you. You see everybody doing it, and they normalizing it like it's okay. And you want to be better. You want to make better decisions. Like, how would you feel if you was in that situation, So this is one of those situations where it was too much temptation around him, too much drugs, toxicities, bad habits, drinks, partying, all of these different type of stuff that he should have been staying away from. And focusing on just making his music and taking care of Jaden and his children. That's what he was supposed to be doing, being a family man. But it was too many women and groupies and distractions and all kind of people that was stopping him from really being able to focus on doing those things. And then, of course, like I said, the powers that be wanted him to align with the darkness. Personal struggles. Archangel Gabriel, I cannot make it up. Following his intuition. Okay? Throat chakra. I can't make it up. Crown chakra. Spirit guides and water elemental. So Blueface be hearing his spirit guides, y'all. This is the case here. He be hearing his spirit guides, and they be letting him know, based on the emotions and the feelings that he be having, and like the intuition and the wisdom that they share with him. He be knowing what it is that he should do or what he shouldn't do, when danger is lurking, when there's gonna be drama around him with this water elemental. Like, he knows about that, that kind of stuff, because he's tapped in when it comes to his alignment and his, chakras and all of that good stuff. And unfortunately, with this throat chakra and crown chakra, his was very much imbalanced. He was speaking his truth, and he was encouraging other people to speak their truth. He understood his divine nature, and he wasn't willing to have nobody attack his crown. Have him all confused and confuddled. You ain't doing no spell work on him. It's just not working. That crown is covered. Like, this really giving, when his family, I'm not going to get into it, y'all, but I'm telling you, his family, Carlisa, his mother, all of them, they are very much tapped in when it comes to that spirituality. I don't know what they are, practices they are involved in, but they know and they pay attention. And so he had the guidance, right? He knew better. He had the intuition and the guidance. And the issue was not that he had the guidance. The issue was that other people could not infiltrate him and cause him to do anything dark. The other issue is his emotions. Water elemental. He cares a lot about other people. He does. He cares a lot about other people. And so he's stubborn. Remember I said before that he's stubborn. So he'll get stuck and stay somewhere. That's what that means. With him, being so stubborn, he'll get stuck and stay in a situation with somebody that he know he shouldn't be with. Okay, Krishan. Okay, just for the sake of him having feelings and emotions for that person. I don't think he ever planned on leaving Jaden. He said it before. When he was up there on Casanat, like, you always think it's going to work out and everything's going to be beautiful between you and your person. And I think that's what he wanted. He wanted everything to be good between him and Jaden, but something went left. And when it comes to his spirit guides and it comes to him doing what it is that he know he's supposed to do and speaking his truth, he has a hard time doing that because of women. Women are his vice with his water elemental, especially those with that siren energy. That can, pull on his heartstrings and pull on his emotions. He'll end up allowing that to affect his personal life. And so he was dealing with a lot when it came to always like, I don't know, it just feels like Jaden was always on his back, always telling him what to do. And then I don't know if he felt like she was acting like she made him or whatever. And like, whatever the case may be, it was like, it could have been that she was always telling him what to do, making it seem like she knew best, and he didn't want to hear it anymore. And so that was the personal struggles early on, like, listening to his own inner gut feeling and not allowing his emotions to get the best of him and make him stay stuck in a situation where he needed to keep moving forward and actually embrace change. Okay, what about his current struggles when it comes to his music career? I know he locked up, but I still ask. All right, current career struggles. Carlos, it ain't going nowhere. No, he can't do nothing. He got issues. See, talking ish, thief, and in their head. Yeah, he don't get to talk his ish no more. He don't get to talk his shit and make his music and talk about all of the stuff that's going on. The way that people have tried to pretty much attack him. It feels like with this thief, maybe steal stuff from him, copy his flow, copy the type of his creativity and what type of music that he's making. He's real stressed. He's real in his head about his music career. He don't know whether or not this is it's people. Because there are people talking ish about him, but he don't know whether or not this is a complete lost cause, or will he be able to recoup it when he come back? Will he still be able to have a career and move forward because he ain't putting out no music? He's not getting to talk his shit, and that's very much a problem in terms of his music career. And I feel like there's a part of him that feel robbed. So, I'm going to just ask real quick. Is this, involving somebody else? Obsessive lover? Mm-hmm. Looking you up. Give me one more. Krishan. Legal issues coming on sideways. Yeah, he feel like, him attaching himself to Krishan. That's why he's, she robbed him of everything. She done took everything from him. His life, his happiness, everything that he was supposed to be. It's like, he feel like she done got it. Because he became obsessed with her and he allowed himself to always be in this back and forth relationship with her. Like, and when it comes to his career, I feel like now that he's seeing everything that he's going through, not only do he know that it was on behalf of her, but he's seeing the way that she's just moving on, just looking you up, how she living her best life. She on social media just doing her own thing while he's locked up. Like, he got the shit end of his stick. So why did he even waste his time dealing with somebody like Krishan if at the end of the day, she was going to be walking around free, exploiting Junior, doing all these other things? While, putting him through all of this emotional pain, and then now she gets to just, she get off scot-free and she just get to live her life while he's all locked up going through pain and stress. The whole time with this in their head, whole time he was overthinking and doing everything on behalf of her. He was only trying to do things to make her happy and keep her good. That was it. He was stuck with her. He wasn't thinking about moving forward and having a better life. He was only trying to help her. And now he's seeing how that came back to bite him. And that was the wrong situation, the wrong choice to make. And he should have moved forward and made a better choice. Like, now he overanalyzing all his past choices. He should have stayed with Jaden. He should, that's what this is about now in his head. Now he realizing he made the wrong choice. He made a mistake. He's going through all his legal issues while somebody is out here dangerous. This dangerously toxic ass girl, Krishan, is still out here living her best life on social media and still wanting to know what he got going on with this looking you up. So what about his personal issues right now? Oh, God. Not Earth Angel and Earth Elemental. That man want to be outside so bad. Oh, my God. Yeah. He's in survival mode right now with this root chakra. Which, listen, he probably fighting for his life and his booty in there. Who knows? He's definitely, with his root chakra being out of that, he's going through it, you guys. He is in survival mode because it's one of those things where, of course, you don't feel comfortable. Of course, you don't feel like you have everything you need to survive and grow when you in freaking prison and you doing hard time. Of course he feels out of balance. Of course he feels out of whack. But with this earth angel and earth elemental, this earth angel, it brings me back to not Krishan, it brings me back to Jaden, where he feel like now he sees her for who she is. He's grateful for her. I am a guardian of Mother Earth and protect all who live with her. He see how good of a mother she is, how much she was always there for him, how he should have built with her and built that foundation with her and not put everything in the past, like that he should have fought for it to bring it back to balance and make it work, that they still had a chance. Now he's in this energy of being grateful towards her and towards his mother and his sisters and all the women that's his family. Now he's grateful for everything that he have in life. Of course, he want to be outside in the earth where he could take in the sunlight and he could breathe some fresh air and do what he want to do and move as he please. Now, but you know what I mean? But now he's understanding. He's grateful for the abundance of life. He's grateful for every part of life. And he'll never take it for granted again. That's what he's saying. That everything that he took for granted in the past, he's now seeing that he should have fought harder to get back in balance. He should have fought harder to get his chakras aligned. Remember, everything starts with the root chakra. It's from there on up. And he's like, man, I should have got myself balanced and aligned. I should have done what I needed to do. I should have stayed away from all of that stuff. I should have never been, into my sexual nature so much and all of that. And in my physical body and my lust and all that. He wishing that he never did that. And just made his music and went on his way and had his happy family like God was trying to give him in the first place. All right. Of course, I next asked how is he feeling? How is the jail time going and how is he feeling? 3 of Cups, 4 of Swords, 8 of Cups, and change your life. He is so ready to get the fuck up out of there. Oh my God. He tries to just sleep a lot with his 4 of Swords. He tried to sleep a lot, get as much rest as possible. Oh my God, he cannot wait to get out of there. He spent a lot of time on the phone talking with his family with this 3 of Cups, his children. He tries to just, really think on the positive, keep a positive outlook and remember that he has something to celebrate. It literally says reasons to celebrate, a community of friends, happy announcements regarding relationships or children. So he's just nourishing his relationships. Like I said, you guys, I can't make it up. He's showing gratitude for what he has. He's moving from his heart chakra, trying to get as much sleep as possible since there's nothing else that he could really do. Meditate, be quiet, get sleep, rest more, just not stress, not overwhelm himself. Still have a positive mindset and outlook, but he cannot wait to get the fuck out with his 8 o'clock. Oh my God, he wants to run up out of that cell. And he's saying he's going to change his life. That's what he's saying. Hopefully he do. He's saying he had a sudden revelation that offers freedom, break free of procrastination, embrace the opportunities that change brings. So yeah, he wants a new beginning. He wants to start over, change his life, make better choices, make better decisions. Not always end up in jail, not, make poor choices when it comes to love and who he give his heart to. And who he spends time with. He really want to cherish and show gratitude for the true family and friends that he have that love him and care about him. We have fear, doubt in reverse, freedom, discipline, and gratitude. Yeah, he's trying to stay disciplined. It says I can accomplish whatever I set my mind to. So he's trying to release all of that fear. It says I realize that I'm testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. So when you have this this energy and vibration of fear on you, then you can't operate from a place of love. You can't do what makes you happy and trust in the universe and trust that you're going to be taken care of and that you are loved and that you deserve love and that you can give love to other people. He's finally starting to become disciplined and accept that. I can't make it. I didn't even see bro. He's really starting to show gratitude. He's thankful for the life that he has, the opportunities it presents. He want to get out of that self-doubt when he get out, right, with his freedom. When he finally get his freedom, he's not going to take his freedom for granted ever again. He is not. It says, I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. So he's going to focus on living a happier, more abundant life. And it says, I release the need to know all the answers. But that's coming out in reverse. So he's not going to doubt the guidance, right? Remember I told you, he's tapped in with his spirituality and his gifts. He's getting the intuition from Archangel Gabriel. Archangel Gabriel is letting him know what's going on. So, and his guides and his ancestors and his spirit guides and those that walk with him, he's saying he's never going to doubt it again. He's never going to go against his gut feeling, his intuition. He's going to stop doubting those things because his intuition already told him that there was going to be disaster coming when he got into his career and that he needed to protect himself from people like Krishan, right? They told, he knew that there was going to be certain spooky things that was going to be in terms of the music career and that he had to be smart. That this wasn't about having high honor with his crown coming out in reverse. This wasn't about being the next big artist. This was about maintaining his spiritual honor, maintaining his spiritual gratitude, and not doing anything that was going to cause him to have to negotiate his spirit. All right, not involving himself in marrying a person that wasn't going to end up being good for him, with success in marriage coming out sideways. I can't make it up. I cannot make it up. They was telling him he was behaving stupidly with this younger man in Turkey. They was telling him that he was behaving stupidly and he was being foolish. That was childish of him. That was still childish ways. He needs to mature and grow up to think that he could save a woman or that he could be Captain Save-A-Ho, because he can't. And making all these bad choices in terms of what type of woman he puts in that high honor in that place in his life. They're saying that it's about time that he starts being smart and stop behaving stupidly and undergo, this transformation and this change and make better decisions with this moon being out here in August. It's really time for him to be smart and make better decisions. So let's go ahead and continue. I asked about his current relationship with Jaden and then Krishan and then his family members. So let's see his current relationship with Jaden. Sacred space, clout hungry, girl fight, creativity, and dirty offer. So basically what this is about is he's realizing that she was his safe space all along, that she had the security, the peace, the contentment, everything that he was looking for, that she was that one. And he's seeing that now, but unfortunately with the clout hungry, girl fight, creativity, and dirty offer, she like, no, you fell for the okie doke. You felt like I wasn't good enough. You felt like you wanted the carbon copy of me. Basically, it's how she feel like Krishan is. You wanted the fake version of me who wasn't as good as me. You put me in competition with this girlfriend with another woman, looking for clout, putting me in drama. Like, yeah, you treated me like I wasn't that girl. Right? You took a dirty offer from somebody else. And now I would be foolish. I would be stupid to go back and trust you again and believe that we could have a future, we could have something, and now take a dirty offer from you? Hell no. You stupid. You fell for that. So now you got to deal with that. You got to deal with the consequences. That shit is like, when the person is scratching on the board, she like, she don't want to hear it. She don't want to hear it. It's like noise, white noise in her ears. She not trying to hear nothing he got to say because she feel like you played yourself and you just saying anything now. No, you already put me in competition and you chose somebody else. So stick to what you chose. Don't think you spinning the block and coming back around here, because that's a no-go. Wow. All right, what about Krishan? Embrace change. Inside scoop. Impersonator, scarcity tactics, and no facts. So embrace change. He's trying to move forward from her. Remember I told you, that she's karmic to him, so he was a little bit stuck when it came to her. He was having a hard time leaving her in the past and realizing that he can't change her and he can't be Captain Save-A-Ho. So now with this, I move easily and confidently through the changes in my life. He's finally starting to make those changes and move forward and stop letting her play him. Right? All these games she'll be playing with these scarcity tactics, and that she's false and she's fake with this impersonator, and that. But now that he's taking a closer look and he got the inside scoop on her, she's a liar. He don't trust her. He would never trust her. He would never deal with her again. And remember, she already came out and told the mother, Carlisa, that Junior is not his. That the baby is not his. And she wasn't lying. She was dead ass when she said that. I really feel like that baby belongs to Ronnie. So let me just ask real quick. Cause I don't think so. Is Blueface the dad of Krishan's child here? Is Blueface the dad of Krishan's child here? No, I don't think so. It's coming out sideways on a yes or no, but I still don't think so. Excuse me. This is what I'm saying. We have a yes and a no card. It's coming out on me with the spin and the ultimate place coming together, and then no, it's just forked up, a pain in the behind. So I don't know why it's so up in the air, but I believe that the answer is no, that he is not the dad. But I guess the reason why they keep saying yes is because, is he not aware? Is Blueface aware that he's not the dad? Is he aware? Getting satisfaction, happy endings, a good time. Yes, it says yes, he is aware. He knows he's not the dad. So I don't know why it was kind of coming out, sideways on a yes or no, but nah, he's not the dad. He is not the daddy. No, and he's aware of this and he very much knows it. But is the daddy that dude, the one Ronnie or Ron, whatever his name was, that everyone keeps saying is the dad that Krishan was with before? Yes. Yeah. The person that she moved away from, that's back from her hometown where she's originally from. That's who was the father of the baby. So which I talked about in my live. I talked about it in my live video. We'll have to look into what happened to him. I'll do a video on what really happened to him if there was any foul play involved in that. But that's definitely who the father is. And I think that's okay. Blueface is in denial about the situation. I think Blueface is in denial with the fitting it all into place. And I just looked back at the puzzle pieces. He's saying he wanted to see the DNA test first. Even though she's saying, he's like, no, I need a DNA test, and you might just be playing around and playing games, and you just be making up shit and lying anyway. So we don't know what's the truth and what's a lie. So he wants her to give the DNA test, showing that he's really not the father. But from what I can see, he's really not. He needs to just go ahead and take her word for it, because she ain't lying. He ain't the dad. But he feel like she plays too much games in order for him to trust what she's saying. So, that's why it's coming out yes or no. Because remember, I'm looking into his energy. He felt like he need the concrete evidence. Okay, with this, he needs you need to show him the proof that he is not the dad in order for him to truly believe that. But I don't see that he is. So that's what he's waiting on, for her to do a DNA test. I next asked about, obviously, his mom and his sister. How is he feeling towards them? But we know already. Sparks are divine. It says, I reignite the divine spark within me and recognize that I am part of all creation. He's finally understanding his divine nature, his spiritual nature, being on the same wavelength as them, understanding them. Like, everything is good. It says imagination, health, empathy, and happiness. So he's in a much happier place when it comes to his relationship with his family members, with his mother and his sister, for certain. He feel like he could trust them. He could talk to them, that they care about him, that they're open to seeing, with this empathy, that they have empathy and understand both sides of the situation when it comes to him, that they care about him a lot, and they just want to see him happy and making healthy choices and healthy decisions. It's like with this imagination, it's like in his mind, he thought they was against him. Remember I said he don't trust people. I embrace and nourish the creative aspects of my mind. It's like he would come up with all these ideas and believe that they didn't really care about him. They was harming him. They didn't want him to do good. They didn't want him to be happy. The whole time his mother and his sister was never against him. They love him. They care about him, and they want him to make healthy choices. They just knew that these women was playing around in his energy, and they was playing with him, and they was trying to have him not be taken advantage of. That's all. So they be telling him stuff for his highest good, but he never used to listen. Now he making healthy choices. All right, it's a lot of laughter and joyousness, with this saying, I will honor the physical vessel that enshrines my soul. I feel like they talk a lot, and it's goodness, and it's funness, and it's lightheartedness, and it's joy. It's joyous. They definitely have a good relationship now. I next asked about potential for him to make music while he's locked up. We have keep your life in balance with scales coming out in reverse, grasshopper coming out sideways, situation in the balance that requires careful handling, forest, muddled, unclear thinking coming out in reverse, and bread, period of prosperity and abundance coming out sideways. So listen, he's already made a decision. Like, he's not with this, he's not unclear in his thought process and his thinking. He is realizing that he needs to focus on getting his life back in balance. Okay, he's dealing with a situation that needs to be handled carefully, and so making music while he's locked up, he don't think that's the best decision. As far as where his money matters and his money situation and him really being able to do it, that's already an issue, as far as him being able to have the money to do what he want to do. And then secondly, I feel like he just feel like that wouldn't be smart. That wouldn't be a good decision for him to make for his life, to sit up there and make music while he's locked up. He really needs to focus on aligning his chakras and getting everything back in balance and making good, healthy choices. That's it, making good decisions. So I think he's not concerned with really making any type of music while he's locked up, just really keeping himself in balance. I next asked, is he going to get out early? Is it possible that he get out early? Gone, an exciting event coming out in reverse. Oh, no, I don't think so. Broom coming out in reverse. No. New home, new attitude. Carriage, a journey, either physical or mental. And cat, a two-faced friend. He's going to have to go through this physical journey. He's going to have to do his full time. They're suggesting that part of him being locked up is involved with him being around sneaky pee-pee. Sneaky pee-pee? What the hell? Sneaky pee-pee? Oh, no. I don't even like what I got from that. I don't even like what I got from PP, what I just got from that. But I don't know if the diddler is involved with this in any kind of way, but they're basically saying that he was dealing with, part of the reason why he's in there right now is dealing with two-faced people and people that he couldn't trust and people that wasn't loyal to him. And so, no, unfortunately, he's not going to be getting out early. But tell me about these two-faced friends. We know it's partly Krishan, but who is PP? Yeah, we got Groupie coming out in reverse, Moving On coming out in reverse. So yeah, the girls, Krishan, who don't want to move on from him. And then we also have Broke ASS and Shine. Your light irritates their demons. I really do think this has to do with the diddler. I don't know if Diddy wanted him to work with him on something or wanted him to do something and he wasn't willing to do it. Or if he spoke something about him or went to the law. Like, we know Diddy is a Fed. And that he be running his mouth and talking, but it feels like somebody going behind his back and doing something against him because they saw Blueface shining and how good he was doing was the reason for them trying to get him locked up because they wanted to see him in broke ASS energy. And that could definitely have to do with the powers that be, because if he, was standing firm in his truth and not wanting to align with them, then of course they would try to have him go through problems and go through issues. That's crazy. Even because I just heard The Rock is here. Even Jay could have wanted him to do certain things. Either way, he didn't want to involve with these people. And there were some two-faced people in that industry that was responsible for him going to jail in the first place. And he is going to do his full time. And that's crazy. But yeah, he violated his parole, so now he's got to do that time. So let's see, one future prediction. I'm not going to overdo it. I just want one future prediction for once he gets out. What's he actually going to be focused on and doing? So give me one future prediction, please, for Blueface after he actually gets out. What is he going to be focusing on and doing? Because I don't think it's his career at all. New beginnings. That's what I said. I'm about to new beginnings. And I just had somebody comment, the Chariot. He is moving forward. He's being divinely guided to making sure that he's being very self-controlled and determined. All right? I think he wants to give his family his flowers, give Jada her flowers, possibly open up a new beginning with her if he can. I'm looking at this purple. He's going to be standing in his royalty and his divine nature and his spiritual light. That's what he's going to be doing. He's starting a whole new life. I don't know if he's about to be a prophet or, a preacher or a leader, but this is given, what's that guy name? John something. He used to have all the tattoos on his face and he would make videos and he was an influencer. And then all of a sudden he just switched up his whole life and dedicated it to God and all. That's what this is kind of given. But it's not going to be on no false or fake stuff or him trying to, force people to be religious. No, this is him going down his spiritual path, having a family. Look at this. I really think he wants to get back with Jada and be the man that he's supposed to be. It says starting a new life, finding your purpose, a forgiving and compassionate review of the past. So he's hoping that she will forgive him for the past and start over. And from what I can see with this new beginnings, ancestors are saying that if he stays determined and he keeps up with the self-control and he get his chakras aligned and get back in balance, get the scales in balance like he's supposed to, then yeah, he gets that new beginning with the person and he gets to have Jaden and he gets to have this new beginning and this love with her. So that's exciting. But what I was saying is somebody asked me on a video about MGK, how I said he's ushering towards a new beginning and what his new beginning is going to be. Why do y'all need to know that? His new beginning is going to be where he's on his spiritual path, where he's doing what God wants him to do, where he's being happy and living the life that he's supposed to live, which is most likely not going to be in the public eye. I do see career advancement. So, with Blueface, it possibly is going to be in the public eye as opposed to MGK, where it looks like he want to do something a little bit more private. But either way, y'all got to let the energy move. Y'all got to let the energy shift and change. These people still got to make certain decisions before I can see what their actual future is going to be. And even then, my response is not be all end all. My response is not be all end all. I don't want y'all to think that just because I said that Blueface is, what I see is that he's going to be getting a new chance and a new beginning to have this relationship with Jaden. That doesn't mean that that's going to happen. Energy changes. The universe is still going to do what it want to do. And then ultimately, it could be something totally different. And just the fact that I even spoke it out and said it, it just might not happen that way just because I said it. So sometimes when y'all say things and y'all put it, it's like y'all don't even know how y'all could either manifest it or turn it away from being manifesting. So sometimes let things play out. Let people's life play out and let it happen as it's supposed to be, all right? And I say that with love. I don't say that with no disrespect or no shade at all. So I hope y'all understand. But I'm really excited for Blueface to get out and really step into his personal power and his spiritual mission and do what he's been divinely guided to do here on earth by God and by his ancestors. All right, so that's what I have for y'all. I hope that y'all enjoy. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys later. Love you.